I am live. Can everybody hear me? Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the shed once more on a Sunday with the sun is shining. Andy on Sunday equals Andy. Most fantastic day of the week. Well, that's very kind of you, the Closet Brunch, which is that, if I'm not much mistaken. And there's Mav. No, can't hear a thing. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Oh, there's the elbow. Ray Bertelson, Attila Varga from Down Under, Chuck Schreiber from the wilds of Texas. And I did spot Anthony Dodge in the stream. There's Wolfsex Scenics. Paul Wood, hello there. And Lintry, that's Lyndon. Very good afternoon to you. There is Dino, my stalwart, my buddy. There he is. Sorry, Grandpa Rouse, JD, John Dilly, the one and only. Very good morning to you. And I hope you are exceedingly well, Grandpa Rouse. Nice to see you all joined as we are. You're wearing the wrong cap, am I? Oh, what cap should I be wearing? Should I have the classic engineer's cap on or just this one? As the sun is shining, this one's got the slightly broader rim on it with these little sort of wings on the side. So that does help a bit. I gather you can all hear me. I like your hat. Oh, good. That's nice. Yes, good old Army Air Force with suitable tarnishing on it. What do they call that? Relicking, I think it is. Yeah. Well, I bought it relicked. This came from the Tank Museum at Bovingdon. They had there were stalls and things there, and they were circling these. They were selling these bits and pieces. A red aiming dot. Oh right. Oh yeah. Okay. A target. Yeah. Nice one. Midsummer Railway N scale. That's Greg. Yes, I know you're on the chemo drug, and that's not nice, Greg. I hope you're well. Apart from the obvious side effects, but I understand you're having a few plumbing woes. So good luck with that. I know it's turned your life upside down somewhat, but yeah, I'm sure you'll get through it as we do. Mark and Lisa, a very good afternoon to you. Ivo van Zon has joined us from the Netherlands. A very good afternoon to you, Ivo. I hope you are basking in this glorious spring, yes, what a magic word, sunshine. Yes, we do have a bit of that today. So it's generally brighter in the shed. There's the sunlight glinting off my glasses. What are we running today? Right. South East and Chatham Railway. Okay. What would you say about the South East and Chatham Railway? They have very well, nicely decorated locomotives. Let me just give you a brief overview of that. Here is the P class. This little machine here is known as the P class, originally made by Hattons. It is now gone into the Acura scale stable. This was one of the original Hattons. All over dark green with light green piping on it. This one's sitting on the siding because it runs a little slower than the others. So it's difficult. If you're going to run two trains on the same track, one will catch the other one quite rapidly. Did you see the blooper mark of my unboxing? Oh dear, an unboxing blooper. SE&CR, two companies that hated each other before they joined forces. A very good afternoon to you, Simon. I didn't know that, but now I do. This one is number, what does that say on there? Number 17. A little further away. Yeah, that's better. That's the focus point. Really nicely done dome on there and appointments. In the cab, there are various bits and pieces in there. Really nicely detailed cab. This video doesn't do it justice, but a very nice little model. So right, what I'll do, I'll get you down on the track. I already have one prepared. So and there's Christopher. A very good afternoon to you. You said, yep, rocket is still over there, poised, and there is also a further loco over there on the siding with SE&CR brown coaches, which those of you will be familiar with. So let's get you down on the track and see what we can do. They're poised in the distance is, I can't remember whether that's the C class, the D class, or what class it is, but it's just a really nice logo produced by Hornby with some suitable trucks and a brake van behind it. And you probably can't hear me too well because I've been talking the wrong way. But there you go. Let's get her moving. Right, here we go. She moves with a nicely electroplated dome on top, which is a really nice feature of this one. There we go. These are all working DC today. So what I'll do, I'll open up this channel here. It's a siding. So you can see the white lights there for the shunting. And I'll get the other one moving. Now I'm using some southern stock with this one in malachite green. But as I very much like these coaches, it's nice to show them off. They're so expensive that really I want to get my money's worth. And here she comes. I'll slow that down a bit and you can see the loco as she comes past. And there's Stanover Mark. Hello, Stanover Mark. Nice to see you, Mark. And we'll stop it about there. And you can see the engine. And what a really nice livery this really is. Dark green with light green piping and this sort of funky red with yellow piping, which is sort of Tuscan red. Yeah, really nice. This is a Bachmann model of the C, D, G, whatever loco it is. I can't remember. 060. And let's flip that back to there and we'll get them moving. Here we go. We have action. There's Anthony Dodge. Hello, Anthony. Nice to see you. And did I see Joe in? And Finnerton is Brian. Hello, Brian. I should say, Brian. A very good afternoon to you. That's the Bachmann C class. Yes, thank you for that, Mark. I have no memory for what class these are. I really don't. But the Bachmann, what was it, C class? Again, a really nice backhead on there with lots and lots of attachments, and they've done the glasses really well for checking the boiler the height of the water in the boiler and that kind of jazz. Lots of rods and levers and all kinds of gadgets in there. Really nicely done. And those are the bird cage. They call them bird cage coaches because they've got this sort of little guard's observation dome on the top. That SE&CR one, let me just check the box. And that one is the H class. It's an 044 wheel arrangement, quite funky, but a fairly low power locomotive. But a lot of the attraction of South Eastern Chatham Railway is in the decoration. They are so nicely decorated. 4 different companies works today. So we've got Hornby, Bachmann, Dapol, and the latest iteration of the P class, which is now done by a Curascow. Noonan Railway. There's Clive. Hello, Clive. Nice to see you. And Tony. Welcome in, Tony, of Chobberton Railway. Chobberton Junction, I should say. Wash my mouth out. And Charlestown Model Railway is Chaz. Very good afternoon to you, Chaz. I hope you are well and thriving. This is the part where your loft is going to start warming up a bit, Chaz. So might be time to do some videos. And H&H Express is Hi. Hello, Hi. I hope you and Ivo are having some decent weather in the Netherlands. I should just say Holland. Anyway, welcome in and a very good afternoon to you. Whoa, there is Curly Express, the tuna can man himself. Hello, Dwight. Dwight does his live stream, which will be out tonight, probably around about 7 o'clock now that the times have changed in our illustrious country. You have the edge of yes. I really want to spit my teeth out trying to say the lands. Holland is easier on the false teeth. But I get your point. And John Bernicki, a very good morning to you, John. I hope today finds you well. And Lyndon's put up a video, his first steam train win on eBay. Well, congratulations for that, mate. I hope you enjoy it. Yes, I'm sorry about that, Dwight. It's an international conundrum, which I'm afraid I don't have any control over. The changing of the clocks is, to my mind, an unnecessary exercise, and it should be stopped forthwith, if not sooner. There's Tom. Hello, Tom, of Tom's Märklin train layout. Does anyone have experience of Zurf? Just received one with cracked gears. Cracked gears are always a terrible problem. Possibly the way around that is to use some baking powder and a very thin CA glue Make sure it's completely degreased first, and that may just solve the problem. Failing that, you'd have to try and find a donor from somewhere. Yes, for those that don't know, Hi is working on an extension to the shed, so I hope that's going well, Hi. Looks like you're in the final stages of it, and good luck with that. And if the weather is fair, that will help. You know, that's very kind of you, Dwight. I do appreciate that, man. That's not a bad match with those coaches, you know. It's just a shame that the Southeastern Chatham Railway used a very dark brown coach. Um, can't remember what dark lake, I think they called it. And they also do one called Wellington Brown. Um, I find it strange that you've got green engines and brown rolling stock. But there you go. The other one is there's like a half veranda brake van on the back of the train on the outward bound. It's only got one veranda if you look at it carefully as it comes around, as long as it's not photobombed. And again, that's in grey. So, but it does say Southeastern Chatham Railway on it. Weird. Yeah, thank you, Dino. If everyone could give the like button a little stab, that'd be most appreciated. Here it comes. A very strange. Oh, look, I'm pointing. It says SE&CR goods break 2025. I don't think that's the date. I think that's just whatever funky numbering scheme that they had. Hey, Number one son has just arrived. Good morning, Richard. Well, afternoon. Good afternoon, I should say. Little Southeastern Chatham Railway today. Here is the latest libation, a coffee. So cheers, everybody. Get it down here. Brian says, hi, Richard. And we have Maura King in the chat. A very good afternoon, Maura. Hope the weather in Ireland is suitably dry and warm. Although I doubt it. It's not called the Emerald Isle for nothing. KPEV had olive green, reddish brown wheels, dark brown, grey, dark green coaches. How about that? KPEV. Well, that's interesting. I wonder who inspired who, if indeed at all. Yeah, Richard's fine. I think he's about to do some gardening work, so we may hear the odd snip now and again. Well, maybe not. I'm thinking about planting my potato. Potato planting. Anybody think this was Ireland? The thing is, this could mean chips. otherwise known as French fries in the States. We'll have to get the chip pan out for that one. And Andrew D. King, a very good afternoon to you, and I hope you are well. For those that are flummoxed by the title and the fact that I lost a magnet, the magnet I lost was a tiny magnet that holds on the smoke box door on the Black 5. Now, I realised that it had become unglued, so I put it in what I thought was a safe place, which was right over here, just over here, between the rails. The rails are non-conductive, so I thought, that's a suitable place to put it. And I'd forgotten completely where I put it. So what I did, I got this here magnet, which is a super neodymium, and I just went over everywhere because being 2 millimeters in diameter, it was quite a small magnet and not easy to see, not with my eyes anyway. And eventually I got to this point and I heard snap, and that was it. I found it. So there you go. Mother's just called you to carve the Mother's Day beef. Okay, Andrew, you stick to that. I'm sure the stream will extend for a while. There's yet more rolling stock to roll out. Yeah, Mark, when I drag it out, I'm not sure about purple. It's such a really deep, dark brown. It's more like one of those chocolates that Cadbury's have produced, which is halfway between dark and milk. Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, that there may well be a bit of purple in there just to give it that dark edge. Burnt plenty of chips yesterday. Well, anything that's burnt, think of the flavour. Right then, let's put that one back in its siding, and I will bring out the big guns, which is the Dapol model. I think this was made specifically for Rails of Sheffield. So let me just get on the controls. All right, there we go. Okay. And here she comes. Now, I believe this might be, is it the H class or something like that? Again, a 440, but much earlier vintage. Right, there we go. Yeah. It's a Wainwright D. A Wainwright D class. So here she comes. And these are the chocolate brown coaches I was talking about, which is Dark Lake. The whited out windows you can see just here and here are the lavatories. Oh, that's good, Tom. That's a result. And there's Todd Armstrong. A very good morning to you, Todd. Hope you didn't get a rude awakening this morning. There's the Wainwright H class, so I understand. And those funky Dark Lake coaches. $45.28. Thank you, Grandpa Rouse. Get him, JD. Get him. Thanks, Dino. My son's channel is always worth a squint. Lots of American rolling stock on there. Big boy, Challenger, cab forward. Good morning, Herr Dodge. Wie geht's? Yes, quite a powerful little magnet. Yeah. Yeah, I was wrong about that. It's the D class. The D class. Yes, made by Dapol for Rails of Sheffield. 440 wheel arrangement. Very much a 1890s, 1920s large wheel job. They did a exceedingly good job on this one. Nicely decorated. The electroplating on the dome is exquisite in a very much a very gold color rather than brass. So just have a look as it comes around. And we have Happy Valley Edward. A very good morning to you, Edward. Hope you're well. Edward also does a show, which will be tonight, just before Sidetrack Sunday. For the fancy colour schemes on the mainland, you have to go for Era 1 or Era 6. Yeah, it's strange that. Well, there were lots of fruity colour schemes out there. But I think Dapol did a really good job on that one. Can't say that about Dapol all the time, but it appears that they have as many hits as misses. I mean, the 68 is very good. I think they've produced the 88 for Rails of Sheffield, and they all appear to be really good. However, their N-scale stuff is a bit very much hit and miss, as I'm sure that the N-scalers will attest. Oh, Buffalo and Pittsburgh is live. So if anybody follows Alan, he is live at the moment. And if anybody follows Alan, don't feel obliged to stay, you can go to his live stream. As they say, it's a free country, and we all go live exactly when we please. There is March West Junction, Andy. A very good afternoon to you, Andy. I hope you're well. And Sam Strange Official. Very nice to see you. And Alan is off to have a beer with the family. Nice to see you, Alan. Right, let's just drag this one off. So it should now deviate. There we go. I'll just get on the controller so we don't have any unfortunate mishaps. Coming to a stop now. Right, just change the points. Open up the other one, and off we go. Right, soon to be coming towards you is the Terrier class in South Eastern Chatham Railway livery. This is pushing at the moment the birdcage coaches of the Southern, which is in an olive colour rather than the earlier malachite. The olive colour did precede the malachite colour on Southern, but I've just run them out of phase, unfortunately. Right, here we go. Once again, more birdcage coaches. A little more speed. This is the Hornby Terrier in these funky SE&CR colours. Originally, we hoped to get the Rails of Sheffield Terrier, but when it actually came, it was a bit of a disappointment, so we sent it back. The fit and the finish was not what it should be. This is the Hornby variety, and from what I understand, it performs better than the Rails of Sheffield variety. Yeah, Chaz, I thought you might like that. Nice bright colours. Sort of a deep emerald green with the light green piping. And then on top of that, a yellow piping as well. Plus the Tuscan red. Really offsets it really quite well. It's not often these all come out for a spin, but as you've got 4 or 5 examples of it, I will try out the P class in a little while. I'll take off the Terrier and put on the P class. And there's trackside Mike. Keep it on the tracks. Hello, Mike. Hope you're well this morning. And Possum Bio is Rusty. A very good morning to you, Rusty. I hope you're well. The usual photo bombing, I'm afraid. What you're seeing here is pre-grouping colours. So that's pre-1930s. South Eastern Chatham Railway. Say again, Rick? Pre-1923. Well, I'm getting old. I can't remember numbers. Fine or medium ballast? I used medium and coarse. The stuff you see just here is coarse, and then the closer you get to the track, I use the medium ballast on there. Let's see if I've got one of the pots down here somewhere. Yeah, this is what I used in the cess, which is coarse ballast, and the other one I used was and the other one I used was this one, which is the medium ballast. So yes, I didn't get to the fine stuff. The fine stuff was really just too small. It was almost like powder, which is great for N scale, but not so realistic for double O or HO. They were quite a good colour match, a little bit different between the two. This was a little more pinky, and this was a little more yellow. But yeah, it worked out okay. Yeah, I know if you're really into rivet counting, you can go to use the N gauge stuff, but it just seemed to be overkill for me. So I went with the coarse, where I could put it on in a big area like this with minimum coverage, and I just used PVA glue and then spread it, let it dry, hoovered it up. I did the same with this, but I used I think you can probably see just there. Shouldn't have done that. That slowed things down a bit. Let's try this one here. There, you can see quite clearly the rails are moving because it's got Woodland Scenic's foam ballast below it, and then I used latex glue to hold down the ballast closer to the track. Yeah, I think it's something to do with the springing on the pony wheels. If the company concerned get that wrong, it can take quite a bit of the weight off of the driving wheels, which actually drive it. So that's something you might want to look at. Yeah, difficult that one, that Andrew. I know you've had that springing problem with a couple of locomotives. And if they don't get it right, it does cause problems. Well, Dan, it does help if the ballast matches up, because you get a disconnect between the two colours. You can blend them so it becomes a bit more subtle, but it does help if you're going for like a prototype sandy colour like this, to keep the continuity going. But as you've seen on the real railways, sometimes the colours are all over the place. Fun fact, the SE&CR was formed by the merger of the London, Chatham and Dover Railway and the South Eastern Railway. How about that? But I tell you what, they really did have some good colouring, Mark. Well, Anthony, as you can see, I still have plenty of ballast sitting in those in these boxes. There's about what, 3/4, 2/3, which I'm probably not going to use. But if I do any track work, I'll need it, and I'll need it on hand. So that's worth remembering. And yes, the ballast from Woodland Scenics is a bit expensive, but to my mind, it's worth the expense. I mean, you can try chinchilla sand and all of these kind of things, but you'll probably have to colour it as well. So I find it best and most economic to use something that's designed to be model railway ballast. Moving to Dorset. So, yes, Dorset. Now, you're talking, what's the railway that disappeared down there? Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. Yeah, that's the one. Looks like you might be doing some work down there, Brian. Checking out the S&DR. So look on the bright side. You might have some decent holidays in Dorset. And as they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Oh yeah, Chaz, the Swange Railway, I call it. Particularly with Corfe Castle in the background, which is a ruin. Very, very scenic railway, and they do run some really good stuff down there. There's a scenic route which goes down to the coast. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Plus at the end, which is at Swanage, they've got a Wimpy in town. How about that? Dirt, mud and grass. There's nothing wrong with that, Anthony. The section right over yonder is a grassy section, and that's grass that came on a roll. So it wasn't a sort of shake it down type of thing. I just bought it on a roll, fixed it down, and from a distance, it looks like grass. So, yeah, you don't have to spend the earth on electrostatic shakers to ponce up your railway, as they say. Andrew, that's the Hornby variety. We did get one from Rouse of Sheffield, but it looked like when we got it out of the box, it looked like it was a partially made kit. None of the parts seemed to fit very well, and from what I can remember, there was glue marks on it as well. It was a real Friday night special, so we sent it back. And I've only just recently got this one to bolster the SE&CR fleet. Your surname is a coastal town and seaport in Dorset. Ah, would that be Poole? It could be. What's the other one down there? Oh, Lymington? Guess the name. Oh, yeah, Weymouth, of course. Yeah. How about that? Simon Weymouth? So I think you're going to have to put us out of our misery with that one. It is Poole. How about that? Well, I've been there. Poole is cool. Had some really nice days in Poole. Weather like this, and yeah, great. Poole and Bournemouth. I remember going to Bournemouth one time and I had a splitting headache that didn't go away until I actually left Bournemouth. Crushed walnut eggshells. That sounds painful, actually. Right, I'll just stop our little terrier on the way round, and I'll supplant on the P class, just so she can stretch her legs. Right, we'll just bring her into view. There we are. The trusty Triang uncoupler. Easy peasy. Right, I'll just pop her over here. And here we go. Here is the P class. And off she goes. Really, really nice model. The latest iteration of this is made by Akira Scale, but it was originally made by, is it a Hattons and Daypole? I think it was just Hattons. Not sure who they used as a manufacturer, but the P class was exquisite when it came out. Apparently, from what I understand, it still is. I did press down on the rails over there, and everything slowed down. So there may be something there which is a little suspect. It could actually be one of the switches underneath, which might need some attention. Yeah, they do, Simon. Yeah, they do almost look like an EMU. But those things sure are expensive. I know Bachman did a wonderful job on them, but I think they're up around the £80 or £90 mark each now. So I'm glad I got them when they were relatively cheap. 4038. Thank you, Grandpa Rails. That's exceedingly good of everybody to hit the like button. And I do appreciate that. Yeah, continental price levels. Fortunately, these coaches are very, very, very free rolling. Almost frictionless. And the detail on it is as good as anything you get anywhere. The only thing they don't have is lights in them. But is that really necessary? It might help with the financial burden. If you're going to spend that kind of money, it'd be nice to have lights in them, but it's not the be all and end all. Yeah, the detailing on these coaches is fabulous. Everything from the livery down to the moulding, very, very crisp. Little kind of boards down on the bogies, marvellous. And the glazing is really, really clear. Tiny handrails and door closure handles. They're all separately fitted. Marvellous, really. Huh, that's okay, Alan. I did spot that you went live, and I did suggest that anybody that wants to hop off and go over to the live could do so. It's a completely free country, and we all have our obsessions, and it's nice to share them. So I'll be going off in a couple of minutes, Alan. So if you want to do another live stream, by all means, I'll hop on. There's no hard and clear rules. I know we don't like to jump on each other's toes, but I don't have a big problem with it one way or the other. It's nice that we live in a democracy when we can do things as we want. So yeah, all power to your elbow. Oh, not a problem, Alan. I think it's all caught us out, particularly with losing an hour's sleep as well. Unfortunately, just before the clocks changed, Anthony went live. So by the time I finished, the clocks had changed, and I just sort of lost an hour. But these things happen. I wish they didn't, but they do. And there's Annie Dobson. Andy, a little Southeastern Chatham Railway action for today. As I'm sure you're aware, funky emerald green with light green piping and Tuscan red and yellow. Lymington is in Hampshire. Well spotted. I wondered who's going to spot that one. He lies through his teeth. Right, let me grab the camera. Oh, here we go. There you go. I'm not used to this kind of brightness. Look at this. Yes. Oh. What a lovely day. Let's just check on the. It's 14 degrees centigrade, which is 50. I'd say it's better than that. I'd say this is somewhere around about 70 degrees. There's a light breeze, nothing to speak of, but a very, very pleasant day out there, and one to enjoy. Well, everybody, I hope everybody's enjoyed. Let me just bring these to a not so crashing stop. There we are. Silence is golden. How about that? Thanks everybody for coming in. Always a pleasure to see everyone. And I'll trot off now and get a little lunch. That's very kind of you, John. Always great to see everybody. And everybody stay safe out there and enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your trains. And I'll see you all again in the streams. We've got Dwight Curley's stream, which is this evening, and later on Happy Valley Hobbies Edward will be on, and then Sidetrack Sunday if you want to stay up for that one. And I'll catch everybody, if not in the streams, next Sunday. And everybody take care out there. So happy trains, everyone. I'll catch you soon. Adios.